how nice. Come on in. It's so good to see you again. Got stories to share. Heck, I'm virtually there. It's showtime, my friend. It's showtime, my friend, with a tear or a grin. We're chomping the bit to begin. Wear sweatpants or slacks, let's break out the snacks. It's showtime, my friend. Now if you have to go, I want you to know it's easy to sign right back in. If your connection's too slow, hope you don't miss the show. 'Cause it's showtime, my friend. It's time to prepare for our online affair. I do hope you'll stay till the end. I've tuned up my axe, sit back and relax. No matter how your day has been, we'll make you smile, make it all worth your while. It's showtime, in no time, it's showtime. Showtime, my friend. Hello, everybody. I see Mom is here. Mark and Kim Wright and Bud, Brent, and Jeannie. Gotta say that in the right order. If I try to reverse it, I don't think I can say it properly, you guys. So let's see. Today we're just going to be doing some fun stuff. And I see Jack and Barb got here too. Let's see here. So this, I'm going to mix up things. Some things will be spoken, some things will be musical, and it's just going to be, I hope it's fun stuff for you guys. This first one is called Put Another Log on the Fire. It's very irreverent toward women. Well, it's more respectful towards stupid guys, I guess, is how we'd say it. So this was written by Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein has written a whole bunch of really cool songs, like A Boy Named Sue on the cover of the Rolling Stone, The Winner. He was a cartoonist for Playboy. He also wrote children's books. That's kind of contradictory, isn't it? And he died in 1999, and I discovered I had been in Nashville where he had lived, and I could have met him because I knew some people who knew him. Oh, what would I have said to him if I'd met him and I'd shake his hand and go, "Hey, you're real good, man." What do you say to, it's like, all right, anyway, this is a song he wrote, and it's intentionally showing a guy being kind of a jerk. So here we go. Put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. Go out to the car and change the tire. Wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Fill my pipe and then go fetch my slippers. Then boil me up another pot of tea. And put another log on the fire, babe, and come and tell me why you're leaving me. Now, don't I let you wash the car on weekends? Don't I warn you when you're getting fat? Ain't I gonna take you fishing with me someday? Well, a man can't love a woman more than that. Now, ain't I always nice to your kid sister? Don't I take her driving every night? So sit here at my feet, 'cause you know they smell so sweet, and you know it ain't feminine to fight. So put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. Go out to the car and lift it up and change the tire. You can wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans. You fill my pipe and then go fetch my slippers. Then boil me up another pot of tea. Then put another log on the fire. honey, and come and tell me why you're leaving me. Yeah, tell me why you're leaving me. Go do all those things and say, oh, so why you leaving? I don't understand. Yeah, some folks are like that. Well, this next one was a song by Tom Lehrer, and I did this probably about 4 or 5 months ago. It's called I Hold Your Hand in Mine, Dear. I hold your hand in mine, dear. I press it to my lips, and I take a healthy bite from your dainty fingertips. My joy would be complete, dear, if only you were here. But still I keep your hand as a precious souvenir. The night you died, I cut it off. I really don't know why. And now each time I kiss it, I get bloodstains on my tie. I'm sorry now I killed you, for our love was something fine. Until they come to get me, I will hold your hand in mine. Oh, it looks like Bill and Kathy got here just in time for that delightful little heartfelt piece. That's a Tom Lehrer song, and it's kind of a little bit gruesome, but kind of humorous too. I hope you recognize that. Now, this one is called The Genius of Stephen Wright. Now, the interest, Stephen Wright is, if you don't know him, he is a comedian with a deadpan delivery, and he just says these things, and he acts like they're not funny, but you recognize him as funny. Then, just this last week, I found out he has writers that write for him. I thought pretty much he did his own stuff, and, I was kind of surprised by that. But anyway, here we go. These are just readings here. The first one. I'd kill for a Nobel Peace Prize. Borrow money from pessimists. They don't expect it back. You know, half the people you know are below average. 99% of lawyers give the rest a bad name. Number 5, 82.7% of all statistics are made up on the spot. A conscience is what hurts when all your other parts feel so good. A clear conscience is usually the sign of a bad memory. If you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. All those who believe in psychokinesis, raise my hand. Like that, the best. The early bird may get the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Ooh. Mm-hmm. I almost had a psychic girlfriend, but she left me before we met. Okay, so what's the speed of dark? How do you tell when you're out of invisible ink? If everything seems to be going well, you have obviously overlooked something. Depression is merely anger without enthusiasm. When everything is coming your way, you're in the wrong lane. All right, let's leave it at that. There's a whole bunch of other ones from him, but let's leave it at that. Maybe leave some for another one. Now, this is W.C. Fields. I know we've talked about him before. He was born William Claude Duncanfield. You can see why I went W.C. Fields, William Claude, W.C. Duncanfield, dropped the Duncan part and just became Fields. He was born January 1880. He left home at 18 to become a juggler in vaudeville. Within the next 3 years, he would rise up to be a headline star on the stage. After vaudeville, he found success on Broadway and from there made his way into the silver screen. Now, he starred in over a dozen films before he really started to make a name for himself in Hollywood. Isn't that interesting? We all heard him. We assumed that his first movies were the ones. Anyway, here are some of the things he said. Some contemptible scoundrel stole the cork from my lunch. Let me advise you, start off every day with a simple smile and get it over with. All the men in my family were bearded, and most of the women. Don't worry about your heart. It will last you as long as you live. What would I like on my gravestone? Here lies W.C. Fields. I'd rather be living in Philadelphia. And about Philadelphia, wonderful town. Spent a week there one night. Horse sense is the thing a horse has which keeps it from betting on people. Some people have said that I don't like children. That's simply not true. I do like children, boiled, fried, and fricasseed. Speaking of that, anyone who hates children and animals can't be all bad. I am free of all prejudices. I hate everyone equally. You know, a newspaperman once asked me what my father would say if he found out that I drank a quart of liquor every day. I told the fella, old Dad would have called me a sissy. Okay, those are my W.C. Field selections here. Mom says that her dad was born in November of 1880. How about that? Same year as W.C. Fields. Oh, Joan Forgrave is here. Hi, Joan. Joan assisted me in a magic act about 6 months ago, and you were a terrific assistant, Joan. She was appropriately surprised when things happened, a few magic tricks, and she was a good assistant. She didn't try to mess anything up. Sometimes assistants will go, well, if I do this, it'll make him goof up and we'll know it's not really magic. Well, of course it's not magic. Come on, it's physics, folks, or illusion anyway. So, but did a great job, Joan. Oh, Susan Curtis is here. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. All right, very good. Let's see what is next on this list. Oh, well, this song is a Chuck Berry song, and it's one of his a little bit off-color songs. It's called My Ding-a-Ling. And the funny thing about it, we'd have thought, Chuck Berry's Johnny Be Good would be his most popular song. No, this one, and there was one other that he did. It was something, Trillion and a Rockin'. I think that was also another one. But this was his number one most favorite song, and I don't even know how they got it on the radio, but I heard it quite a few times on the radio. I even remember I was at Sexton High School, and I heard it over the PA system. I mean, they let that thing go? Okay. So, all right, here it is. When I was a little bitty boy, my grandma bought me a cute little toy. 2 silver bells on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. When I was a little boy in grammar school, always went by the very best rule. Every time that bell would ring, you'd catch me playing with my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling, oh, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, oh, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Once while climbing the garden wall, I slipped and had a terrible fall. I fell so hard that I heard birds sing. I held onto my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling, oh, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling, My ding-a-ling, I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Once while swimming across Turtle Creek, a man them snappers right around my feet. It sure was hard swimming across that thing with both hands holding my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Now this here song, it ain't so bad. It's the prettiest little song that you ever had. And those of you who will not sing, you must be playing with your own ding-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling, your ding-a-ling. Nobody's gonna play with your ding-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling, oh, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Chuck Berry's most popular song. Now, Chuck Berry wrote some brilliant lyrics, and this is a cute lyrics, clever, and you can see why people would have chuckled about it and thought, oh, let's hear that, let's hear that song. This is what they call a double entendre, and that just means it has two meanings. He said it's a silver bells on a string. That was a ding-a-ling-ling, but then everybody else could easily misunderstand it. So that's sort of the point. Double entendre, double meaning. Okay, now here is a list. I have a list of toasts that I could do to an audience, and I did not check it very carefully. And I'm just going to read them, and if I have to stop early, I will. Okay. Oh, I see applause. So Joan remembers that song. Yeah, I know. Friends may come and friends may go, and friends may peter out, We'll be friends through thick and thin, peter out and peter in. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, some of these things. Okay, friends may kiss their friends goodbye. The birds may kiss the butterflies. The dew may kiss the morning grass. And you, my friend, may kiss my cheek. Who said they had to rhyme? But you were thinking it. Okay. Here's to America. No, I'm going to skip that one. It's because it's raunchy. Okay. No, that one's not good. Okay. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If you don't use it, it's going to rust. Face like a fish, shaped like a frog, and best of all, she smells like a dog. A man's not old when his hair turns gray. He is not gone when his teeth decay. But he is ready for that long, long sleep when his mouth makes appointments that his body can't keep. If, in the face of disappointment, adversity, and misfortune, you can maintain a smile and a word of cheer, some will call you an optimist. Most will call you a jerk. Here's to you and here's to me. Friends may we always be, and if we should ever disagree, well, the hell to you and here's to me. All right, let's see. If you're drinking and driving, remember your car. Not a good piece of advice. Whether you're rich or poor, it's nice to have money. Okay, let's see what else we have along these things. There's a little song written by Kenny Larson. I've done this quite a few times on the show, and it's been a while. I've done the song hundreds, perhaps even thousands of times. So you would think I would have it memorized. Well, you'll just have to see here. It's called Feet Don't Fail Me Now. I was standing in the men's room, washing my hands and reading, writing on the wall, when I seen this one that said, if you have some fun, give Bernice a call. Well, I had some time and I had some dimes. I figured, why not take a chance? You see, I'm the kind of guy, I ain't never been shy, always looking for a little romance. Eyes and feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now. Well, I was picking them up and I was laying them down. I was singing, feet don't fail me now. Well, I headed for that folk like a dog at the bone, and I dropped the money down into the slot. And she came on the line with a voice so fine. Oh, tell you the lady sounded hot. I said, are you free? She said, practically, but for you, I'll make an exception. I said, oh my, she said bye-bye, and I headed in her direction. I said, her feet don't fail me now, get me to her place, feet don't fail me now. Well, I was picking them up, and I was laying them down, singing, feet don't fail me now. Well, I rang the bell, I was nervous, you could tell, and then she came to the door. You never seen such a mess, wearing a dress, Miss Ugly 1954. She had little beady eyes and rhinoceros thighs and hips that was amazing. A face like a horse, bad breath of course. Well, she could eat a lamp apple through a chain link fence. I said, her feet don't fail me now. Her feet don't fail me now. You gonna picking it up, and she was laying them down, singing, feet don't fail me now. Well, I was moving down the road like a scalded toad. I was wailing, man. I was flying. It was a mighty close call, that message in the wall, Jack, I'm dying if I'm lying. And then I heard a sound that made my poor heart pound. I thought I was gonna lose my mind. My blood ran colder as I looked over my shoulder, but here comes Bernice right behind. She was singing, she sang, feet don't fail me now. Our feet don't fail me now. And she picking them up, and she was laying them down, singing, feet don't fail me now. I said, feet don't fail me now. Our feet don't fail me now. We was a picking them up, and we was laying them down, singing, feet don't fail me now. As I said, this is a song by Kenny Larson. Now, Kenny, I saw play in Nevada. We were both working in a little place called Jackpot, Nevada. He was working at a very nice casino across the street. I went over to see him, and the guy was quite good. But apparently he's retired from performing, and from what I understand, he sells real estate now. Probably a little bit better business, I would imagine. Hey, here's a song that I wrote called Virtual Lover. And it works with a waltz beat. When our love hit the rocks, I went down to the docks, to the shop with that heart on the door. The old man looked grim, said, son, come on in. I could see you can't take any more. He strapped me into his chair, placed the goggles with care, and then stuck some buds in my ears. And a fog floated in where nothing had been, and a heavenly angel appeared. When she started to dance, I fell into a trance. I could feel I was losing my will. Dressed in nothing but lace, when her hand touched my face, she slowly moved in for the kill. I'm your virtual lover, you won't need another. I'll love you as long as you want. But she sat on my lap, it was over like that. I bought her right there on the spot. Well, I paid the old man and I thanked him again. Then I took her back home to my place. She don't cook, she don't clean, says it's not in her genes, and we live in this virtual space. Now a few months have passed, and she's more than I asked. Still it hasn't turned out like I planned, 'cause she can't stand to be more than 3 feet from me, so she never lets go of my hand. I'm your virtual lover, you won't need another. I'll love you right here in your home. But she jumps in my lap when I'm taking a nap. Good God, she won't leave me alone. When our love hit the rocks, I went back to the docks, but that little shop vanished away. Took the fox and her props, threw 'em back in the box, sold the whole doggone thing on eBay. That's the thing. Get rid of it on eBay, man. All right. Well, how about this little one? This is called the Chicken Song. I've done it a few times here, and some of you will be quite aware of it. It goes like this. I had some chickens, no eggs would they lay. I had some chickens, no eggs would they lay. One day that rooster got into the yard and caught those chickens right off of their guard. They're laying eggs now, just like they used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. They're laying eggs now, just like they used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. I had a fruit tree, no fruit would it give. I had a fruit tree, no fruit would it give. One day that rooster got into the yard and caught that fruit tree right off of its guard. It's given eggplant now, just like it used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. It's given eggplant now, just like it used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. I had a moo cow, no milk would she give. I had a moo cow, no milk would she give. One day that rooster got into the yard and caught that moo cow right off of her guard. She's given eggnog now, just like she used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. She's given eggnog now, just like she used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. I had a gum tree, no gum would it give. I had a gum tree, no gum would it give. One day that rooster got into the yard and caught that gum tree right off of its guard. It's given chicklets now, just like it used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. It's given chicklets now, just like it used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. There was a monastery, no monks would it give. There was a monastery, no monks would it give. One day that rooster got into the yard and caught that monastery right off of its guard. It's given friars now, just like it used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. It's given friars now, just like it used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. Now this is one my old band members used to go for. I had a marijuana plant, no leaves would it grow. I had a marijuana plant, no leaves would it grow. One day that rooster got into the yard and caught that marijuana plant right off of its guard. We've got chicken pot pie now, just like we used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. We've got chicken pot pie now, just like we used to, ever since that rooster got into the yard. not know where that song came from. I saw a group do this song, but I never knew whether they were the ones who wrote it or not. And now I can't remember their name. Couple of brothers. One played trumpet. The other one, I think, played keyboard. Saw them at a state fair in, I think it was Arizona. And that's where this song came from. And then I don't know where it went from there, or how I ended up getting it and learning it and all that stuff. But, well. Anyway. Now here's a song, and I did not get the melody to the song, so I'm going to just kind of sort of fake it here. It's called My Hometown. This is another one of those by Tom Lehrer. It's called My Hometown. I really have a yen to go back once again, back to the place where no one wears a frown, to see once more those super special folks in my hometown. No fella could ignore the little girl next door. She sure looked sweet in her first evening gown, but now there's a charge for what she used to give for free in my hometown. I remember Dan, the druggist on the corner. He was never mean or ornery, just swell. He killed his mother-in-law and ground her up real well and sprinkled just a bit over each banana split. Well, the guy that taught us math, who never took a bath, acquired a certain measure of renown. After school, he sold the most amazing pictures in my hometown. Well, that fella was no fool who taught our Sunday school, and neither was our kindly Parson Brown. They both gave private lessons to little girls in my hometown. I remember Sam, he was the village idiot, and though it seemed a pity it was so, he loved to burn down houses just to watch the glow, and nothing could be done because he was the mayor's son. Now the guy that took a knife and monogrammed his wife, then dropped her in the pond and watched her drown. Oh, yes, indeed, the people there are just plain folks in my hometown. As I said, Tom Lehrer, it's not exactly his song. He had a whole different melody to it. This one is called Turn Loose of My Leg. It's by Jim Stafford. Jim Stafford had a fun song with, let's see. Oh, it's called My Girl Bill. Oh, how about that? Anyway, this is one of his other songs, and I thought this was kind of cute. He is playing the character of sort of a guy who's a bit shy and maybe even likes girls okay, but feels that they're a little bit pushy. How about that? All right, here we go. So, let's try this. Now these girls today, they sure act funny. They'll take you out and they'll spend their money, but they always seem to expect a favor or two. Well, a girl picked me up about a week ago, and she drugged me out to this drive-in show. Oh, I can't begin to say what she put me through. Well, she parked me out in the very last row, reached down, grabbed my knee. My whole life flashed before my eyes. I said, this can't be happening to me. I turned loose of my leg. I don't know you that well. Turn loose of my leg. In love with you, I have not fell. I know what you want. Well, just forget it and remove your hand. Turn loose of my leg. I'm not that kind of man. Well, the other day I was at the soda shop. I had an ice cream sundae, a soda pop, and the waitress bought me a note from a woman over in the booth. The note said, join me for another round, and I'll pick up your check and show you the town. I can't begin to say what she put me through. Well, underneath that table, her fingers did the walk until she touched the tip of my shoe. I ran for the door, but she wouldn't let go. I must have drug her for a block or two. Turned loose on my leg. I don't know you that well. Turn loose on my leg. In love with you, I have not felt. I know what you want. Well, just forget it and remove your hand and turn loose of my leg. I'm not that kind of man. You wanna hold me and hug me, and then you wanna kiss me on the mouth, and then you make me wanna crawl the walls. Or when your hands start flying south, I turn loose of my leg. I don't know you that well, I turn loose of my leg. In love with you, I have not felt. I know what you want. Well, just forget it and remove your hand. Turn loose of my leg. I'm not that kind of man. Animal. Now, don't you think we could have some sort of relationship without getting so physical? Well, do you? Huh? You're not saying anything. Makes me think you disagree. Well, I'm not that kind of man. Not that kind of man, Well, I'm just gonna I'm gonna read this one. This is actually from a song by Haywood Banks, and it's called Teeny Tiny Tattoo. When Ethel was just 19 and her parents were in her face, she got herself a tattoo in a very private place, and only by her own true love was it to be seen, or her family physician, or a drunk crowd that offered beads. It was a tiny tattoo with a little tiny dove and a tiny word, and that word, it was love. Well, 30 years have passed now, 30 years that have been rough. 4 marriages, 3 children, 40 diets, and lots of sun. And the teeny tiny tattoo with a teeny tiny dove is now a pterodactyl, and the word is love. Oh, thank you, Kim. I know you're responding to the previous song, not necessarily the teeny tiny tattoo. All right, you know what? Let me put a beat 33 over here. I just want to do this one because, if I had songs with all your different names on them, I could put these in the song, on the show. But right now, the only one that I have is Susan Curtis. Yeah. All right, let's get this one going here. I like this song. I'm just going to do it straightforward. I was going to put another song in the middle, but we'll just do it straightforward here. Whoa, Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q. Baby, I love you. Susie Q. Like the way you walk, like the way you talk, like the way you walk, like the way you talk, a Susie Q. Ba-do-do-do, boop-ba-doo-doo, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, say that you'll be true. Say that you'll be true. Say that you'll be true. Never leave me blue. A Susie Q. Say that you'll be mine. Say that you'll be mine. Say that you'll be mine, baby, all the time. A Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q, baby, I love you. A Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q, baby, I love you. A Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q. A Susie Q. A Susie Q. A Susie Q. I hope you don't mind that I put that in there every once in a while, Sue Curtis. Yeah. I know it's kind of weird being at home by yourself and blushing or something. Yeah. Okay, I want to do it's not a song actually. It's a little story by, well, not actually story. It's not by Victor Borge. Victor Borge had worked out a thing where he talked about communication. He said communication is difficult, especially in writing. When we speak, our voices have a lilt to them. Our voices go up at the beginning and down at the end. And if we have a question, it goes up at the end. And if we put a punctuation at the end and our voice and we make a sentence come right down to even like that. Well, that works fine, but in print, there isn't such a thing. So he suggested that for print purposes, we should add some sound effects. Well, not for print, but for spoken part, because you don't get to see the punctuation marks. Now, for example, a period might be a sound like this. And a dash would be a fss. An exclamation point is sort of a vertical dash followed by a period, so it'd be fss. And a comma would be, since quotation marks look like commas, we can make them or depending on if they're left-handed. And a question mark would be sort of a Now, I have a clipping from a newspaper that I'd like to read using this technique and to show how it works. And it's entitled, Happy Birthday, or Why I Fired My Secretary. I woke up early feeling a little depressed because it was my birthday, and I thought, another year older, but decided to make the best of it. So I showered and shaved, and knowing when I went down to breakfast, my wife would greet me with a big kiss and say, Happy birthday, dear. All smiles. I went down to breakfast, and there sat my wife reading the newspaper as usual. She didn't say one word. So I got myself a cup of coffee and thought, oh, well, she just forgot. The kids will be in a few minutes all cheery, and they'll sing happy birthday and have a nice gift for me. Well, there I sat, enjoying my coffee, and I waited. Finally, the kids came running in yelling, Give me a piece of toast. I'm late. And where's my coat? I'm going to miss the bus. Feeling more depressed than ever, I left for the office. When I walked into the office, my secretary greeted me with a nice smile and oh, she's left-handed. Happy birthday, boss. I'll get you some coffee. Her remembering made me feel a lot better. Well, later in the morning, my secretary knocked on my office door and said, since it's your birthday, why don't we have a lunch together? Thinking it would make me feel better, I said, that's a great idea. So we locked up the office, and since it was my birthday, I said, why don't we drive out of town and have lunch in the country instead of going to the usual place? So we drove out of town and went to a little out of the way place and had a couple of martinis and a nice lunch and started driving back to town when my secretary said, why don't we go by my place and I'll fix you up another martini? It sounded like a good idea, sort of, since we didn't have anything to do in the office anyway. So we went to her apartment, and she fixed us both a martini, and after a while she said, if you will excuse me, I think I'll just slip into something more comfortable. And she left the room. In a few minutes, she opened her bedroom door and came out carrying a big birthday cake, and following her was my wife and all my kids. And there I sat, with nothing on but my socks. Maybe I should finish it with a little echo. Oh, Jack and Barb. What was it? Jack and Barb. Jack and Barb was her dad was born 8/23/1890. Oh my gosh, isn't that something? Wow, amazing. Okay, let's see, where are we here? 1890, 1990, 2025. Wow, so many years. Think of all the things they've been. Airplanes. Automobiles, computers, iPhones, phones like that. They weren't even in the 1890s. They had telegraphs. I don't know if the first phones, I don't think the first phones were by that time. Maybe they were, but certainly they were not in every household. So many changes since that time. It's just amazing, just amazing. All right, let's see. Well, what I'm going to go do, we're going to go ahead and finish a little bit early today, and I'm going to put on my little TV segment music stuff that I call it here. And we'll let that play us out. Hey, y'all, thanks for being here today. It was nice hearing about you guys' grandparents. That's pretty cool. This little thing is pretty cool too. Now explain a little bit about what we've got here. What I did is I just started adding instruments. We have the bass guitar and the drums. Now we got a piano. Got an organ, B3 organ. And a guitar starts to play a melody. That's a pleasant enough a little sound, isn't it? So glad you guys could be with me today. Thanks for listening. Once again, thanks everybody if you're still here. I'm going to fade it out now, including the view.